So the first thing we're going to be doing is just the basics of creating a meeting. Now, there's two ways you could do this. Either you could schedule a meeting in advance. In this case, let's call it poli-sci Zoom how to. And let's say I want to make this at 8:30 on Monday, August 24th. Now, I can schedule that in advance. And then if I go to it'll for me I save it so that it goes right into my calendar. But if I wanted to share it, I could copy the invitation and then put that either in an email or um, Canvas, or really however you want to share it with your students. That's the most basic way to schedule a meeting in advance. However, if you're just making, let's say, an impromptu office hours appointment, you can always just click here and click new meeting. This will take you to the general screen for Zoom. And so first I'm going to click on join with computer audio. And here's my microphone. We could always test our microphone. Um, that'll bring us there. Um, and there we can see that we efficiently tested our microphone. Our microphone is working. Our camera, as we can see, is working. I'll be providing some information for better cameras than, say, a MacBook or a regular computer built-in camera, web camera. So the basics here, obviously we have our microphone, we have our camera. If I wanted to, I could shut off my camera. Security, this is kind of nice because I don't know if you guys saw the trend last spring of Zoom bombing. I don't think it was ever an issue at Tufts, but at some schools it was. One thing that you can do is you can lock the meeting, which means that no one will be able to come in besides who's already in there, or you can do a waiting room. I personally always like just having the waiting room on. When I begin a meeting, it allows me to let someone in, and that way I get to make sure, oh yeah, this is that person, I plan to meet with them, and not some random person who either maliciously or by accident joined the wrong meeting. Because that's pretty easy to do. Someone could just type in this meeting ID that we see up here, and join your meeting even though you didn't plan to. Now, some other things, we have the chat that's right here. I could say good morning to my class or whoever I'm working with. I could also, if there were more people, of course, choose who I'm going to work with. Who I'm going to message this to. Some students in the spring, I know, were using this during class. Mostly, I think for like real reasons, like just asking questions if they were confused to other students. Some texted, some messaged directly to the whole entire class. But one thing that's really interesting that I didn't know about the Zoom group chat is that you can check to see everything that has been sent after the meeting. You could go through all the chat. So if you were, say, administering a test, and that probably isn't the best idea on a format like this. There's others apparently that are better for doing that because they lock down their computer. I don't really think that poli sci relies that heavily on in-person tests. But to each their own. So if you wanted to, you could always, if you use Zoom, you could go through and be like, did anyone cheat? And you could say, the share screen option here, I'm going to get into that in a little bit. Another cool thing is right now I'm just recording the screen on my Mac and my Mac's audio. But if I wanted to on Zoom record, you wouldn't see all the stuff down here and up here. You wouldn't see like all that. Instead, you would just get the meeting itself without like all these functions. So for class, if you were trying to do this, you could always, let's say you're giving a lecture, having a discussion, and it's synchronous, but some students can't make it, and so you want to provide an asynchronous option. You could always record this computer. You can choose to either save it to the computer or cloud. Depending if you use Box or cloud, any kind of cloud service, that really changes what you're going to use.
This meeting is being recorded.
I always just do it to my computer itself. You can pause the recording, or you can also stop it.
The recording has stopped. This meeting is being recorded.
And you can also stop
The
it.
recording has stopped.
Closed caption, I haven't really seen any successful way to use this yet. It's kind of hard. So unfortunately, that's a not so great option on Zoom. A better one though, is what I'll get into in another little segment is the breakout rooms. Additionally, you can always react to a student, or a student can react to you if you're doing if they let's say give a presentation, make a great comment, and someone else starts talking before you can like maybe reinforce their work. You could always clap, give a thumbs up, really basic stuff. So that is the basics of just setting up a Zoom meeting. I'm gonna get into some more things soon, and yeah,